Hello and welcome to you all listening in again today. We continue our series of interviews with past winners of our Sanitation Technology Hackathon. Today we will be speaking with Lillian Kusiima, one of our 2022 winners. We organize a Sanitation Technology Hackathon here at Finnish Mondial every year to promote innovative ideas and technological solutions in the sanitation field. In 2022, we were looking for innovative designs for public toilets, smarter public toilets. Lillian Kusiima designed a public toilet made of stainless steel with an automated flushing and floor cleaning system, all this powered by solar panels. It's called the Kuzimba Toilet, a very well thought out design, which we will hear everything about shortly from you, Lillian. But first, I would briefly like to come back to the challenge in itself. The public toilet problem in itself. Maybe you could just tell us what the issue is with public toilets in general, also maybe specifically in your country, in Uganda.
Yes, public toilets we have various issues here in terms of let's say ventilation, the way they have been constructed. Let's say not everybody is able to access the toilets. The differently abled people are not able to access them because there is no provision of like ramps. And to be honest, most of them prefer maybe to stay at home or not to move around in such places because they'll get inconvenience, and that shouldn't be. So we have such challenges. They're not properly maintained in terms of provision of water, enough water, how it's, and then the actual maintenance. You might have the water in, but is it properly, are they properly maintained, regularly cleaned well, or is water all over the place and it gives you that feeling, oh, I don't want. Yeah, so issues like that.
So what happens often, I guess in the Ugandan context as well, so public toilets are built and over time they just become unusable, right?
There are some which are built well, but with time the maintenance is not good. Yes, you have a new structure, it has been built, but you find that like maybe the flush systems, with time they get broken and they're not replaced on time. And then maybe like there is a replacement, or maybe you could just use a bucket and flush with a bucket, and that's not convenient for everybody.
So the challenges you are mentioning are, of course, not only true for Uganda. They are true in many, many other contexts. So smarter public toilets are urgently needed in many places. So you decided to tackle this challenge and created an innovative design for a smart public toilet. It's called the Kuzimba Toilet. Could you tell us a little bit in more detail how your design works exactly?
The Kuzimba toilet is a genius toilet, I should say. It is a toilet that addresses most of the problems that I've just stated. There is access for everybody, let's say, age groups and in all abilities. There is a ramp, so that is one, and then it also has the flushing system whereby it is automatic, and these are strategies that enable us to combat the spread of disease, and also maintenance is also addressed because this toilet it self cleans, and also it has ventilation systems and also AI technology, making sure that the air quality is right. And also the design suggests a borehole system, which is also solar powered, and that borehole system makes sure that you have constant flow of water, clean water, yes, and you don't have people carrying the water around, or the users carrying the water around to flush the toilet. So I think that is something that can be stress free. You don't want to go to the toilet and you have to stress a lot.
I was impressed because it's a very well thought through design. There are lots of details you have integrated, and you've thought about a lot of aspects of the public toilet. The climate aspect is also an important aspect of the design of this Kuzimba toilet, right? With the solar panels, the Greywater reuse. Tell us a little bit more about the climate, how you integrated the climate aspect also in the Kuzimba toilet.
The toilet, it is sustainable. I looked at sustainability. in the infrastructure, making sure that it can last a long time and it can be maintained for a long time. And the grey water goes to a place where you can reuse it to water the gardens around the toilets and making the place look beautiful. Yeah, so the water is dealt with, the flow of the water, and also solar, having the solar system, having the power supplies, because sustainability, you have to think of how is this thing running. We have a lot of sunshine in Uganda, so making sure that we use some of that energy is, I think, a good idea, and making sure that you run maybe the borehole system on the lighting and the fixtures with the solar. I think that helps to reduce the costs of maintaining this toilet.
So this is a great technology, very well thought through, but a good technology also needs a good business model, right? Could you maybe tell us a little bit about the business model behind the Kuzimba toilet?
Okay. The every toilet, I think, like, public toilets, they have to be maintained well, and you have to think in terms, okay, how is this going to run? So our idea of the Kuzimba toilet, the business model is to have like paper user or subscription model, where you interest the clients to have the subscription, or pay per user, like they could pay at the time they need to use it. That is to enable, that is to make sure that we have a proper maintenance facility. And there is also, the toilet, since it's in public areas, we have thought about advertising and sponsorship. So I was thinking, okay, this Kuzimba toilet, it could be a place where, these companies, like, let's say, sanitary pads companies or soap companies, health companies, could be a place for them to advertise their messages to the people at the same time. This is like partnership. Yeah, so we thought about things like that. Then the other one is making sure that we have, like, let's say, environmental credits. And like I said, that we are in the time where we have to think about the environment, the climate. So where we can, if we can get people who are environmental cautious, and get credits from them, incentives from them, work together with them, leverage working partnerships with them. These are places where we could partner to get this business running.
So you are one of the most recent winners of our Sanitation Technology Hackathon. Could you maybe tell us a little bit what the benefits were for you of participating and winning the hackathon? How did it help you?
Well, first and foremost, we were very glad to win the hackathon, and it gave us, a push in the right direction. Like, yeah, this is a good idea. After all, we're not, thinking, beyond. There's thinking out of the box, and I think there is being overly ambitious. So, yeah, so it was a good encouragement to win the hackathon. And this is how far we have gone. We have been able to, it has given us good publicity that, yeah, we have come up with this innovation, and it has received recognition internationally. That is a good idea. It is workable. We have not yet developed it, but it has also given us, we have been able to market it and also go to spaces and to be able to present the idea. So we're just waiting for a big break, and we'll be in touch with you to say that, yeah, the idea that you seconded one day, it has picked up. Thank you.
Great. So one last question. Any advice for this year's participants to the hackathon?
Oh, I have advice. I think presentation wise, you have to make sure that your design is concise and well presented, to make sure that it is clear. It is clear and concise, and you please put some visuals, data, because all presentations need to be backed up with data. We backed ours up with data from Uganda on how we were faring. So back up your presentation with data, your current situation, and like where you want like let's say you're forecasting the vision of how things should be. So, and then show the real impact of how it is going to impact the society, because I think it's really key. We all need a better world at the end of the day. So I think that if you have all those in your design, I think it should be good to go.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Lillian Kusiima, and for sharing all your experience with us. I think it will be very useful for this year's participants to the hackathon to hear about your experience.
Thank you.
To our listeners, if you are interested in participating in this year's hackathon, applications are open until the end of February. This year's topic is Greywater recycling for sustainable small-scale agriculture. We are looking for innovative ideas in greywater treatment technologies, smart irrigation systems, sensors and monitoring solutions, and community engagement and education. You can find all the information on our website. We really encourage you to apply, and we look forward to receiving all your wonderful, innovative ideas. Thanks for listening in, and see you soon!